Hello, my name is Daisy Trejo, and this is my video essay. Most seniors in high school can agree that navigating the college admissions process is long and complicated. And don't even get me started on applying to scholarships and the materials that each school requires. While this process is very stressful for most students, it is especially difficult for first generation students. Even with the resources available, the process can still feel overwhelming, and in my own experience, it was deeply troubling. QuestBridge is a full ride scholarship reserved for first gen low income seniors, and the application is fairly simple. You submit it in late September, hear back about finalist status in mid October, and if selected, you rank up to 15 schools from most to least willing to attend, and the schools available to rank are some of the top universities in the country. I went through this process myself. In fact, I would go as far as to say that my entire high school career was shaped by the goal of receiving the scholarship. Leadership roles, volunteering, internships, office hours, student council, honor societies, AP classes, ambassador positions, summer programs, and countless extracurricular activities. All of it felt intentional. From freshman year on, I was working towards this. So when I became a finalist, I was ecstatic. It felt like everything I had worked for had finally paid off. And after becoming a finalist, I completed the ranking process and submitted the required materials. Then on December 2nd, 2024, my life completely changed. I was offered a full ride scholarship to the last school I ranked. I should have been happy. Without this scholarship, how could I ever afford college? I was supposed to be I was supposed to feel grateful, but I didn't. A value I hold deeply is paying it forward and paying it back. I wanted to help the community and the people who supported me in becoming who I am when I visited the school I was matched to. I noticed how far away it was and how few people looked like me. I didn't feel like I belonged. And the location also wasn't representative of the people I hoped to help, the people who needed my help. And after a month of restless nights and constant internal conflict, I decided to decline the scholarship. Almost immediately, I felt regret. I felt like I let everyone down, my parents, my community, and everybody who believed in me. Even though my parents reassured me, I still felt like I had disappointed them. That led me to question whether this regret was justified. Should I have felt this much fear and guilt over a decision that I made deliberately? Philosopher Rudiger Bittner addresses this question in his 1992 essay, Is It Reasonable to Regret Things One Did? Bittner argues that regret is not only irrational, but morally unnecessary. At first, this idea feels counterintuitive. Regret seems like the proof that we care, that we take responsibility for our actions. Bittner acknowledges that regret is an emotion that we cannot fully control when it appears. Certain situations, especially those involving loss or irreversible decisions, almost invite regret. However, he argues that humans are capable of unlearning emotions when we realize they no longer serve a purpose. Just as childhood fears lose their powers as we grow older, regret can also lose its grip over time. According to Bittner, regret does not fix the past, nor does it make us more ethical. It does not undo harm or improve the decision that was made. Instead, it prolongs suffering. He argues that guilt is not necessary for moral understanding. We do not need to suffer in order to recognize that an action had a consequence. This becomes clearer when Bittner discusses atonement. He challenges the belief that regret can somehow liberate us from guilt. As he writes, that that we did what is bad cannot be undone. The promise of liberation through regret is a false promise. Regret does not free us. It traps us in self-punishment over something that cannot be changed. What matters is not removing the consequence of an action, but removing the belief that the action itself must remain a lifelong burden. Applying Bittner's argument to my own experience changed how I understood my decision. Declining the scholarship felt like a moral failure because of the guilt I attached to it. I believe that by feeling regret, I was honoring the sacrifices my parents made and the support I received from my community. But that guilt did not serve them, nor me. The decision was made intentionally, rooted in my values, and aligned with the kind of impact I wanted to have. Regret did not make that decision more meaningful, it only made it heavier. Looking back, I realized that I had confused pain with failure. The choice was difficult and irreversible, but that did not mean that it was wrong. As Bittner suggests, regret did not undo the consequence of my choice, nor did it make me more responsible or moral. It only added unnecessary suffering. In the end, regret was never proof of my integrity. My decision already was. Choosing according to my values came with loss, but that loss did not make it the choice a mistake. I did not need guilt to justify my morality. Accepting this allowed me to let go of regret, not by erasing the past, but by understanding that acting with intention, even at a cost, was enough. Thank you.